The morning sun stretched gently across the horizon, painting the sky in shades of gold and lavender. At the edge of a quiet private runway stood a magnificent sight, a luxury jet, dressed in deep royal blue, gleaming like a sapphire under the early light. This was no ordinary aircraft. This jet was called Azure Dream. Its polished body reflected the sky so perfectly that it seemed born from the clouds themselves. Chrome engines rested calmly beneath its wings, powerful yet elegant. The windows shone like crystal. Every detail whispered wealth, class, and silent strength. But today, this jet was not waiting for a VIP business tycoon. It was waiting for a love story to begin. Scene 2, Arrival. A black luxury car rolled slowly toward the jet. Arav stepped out, tall, calm, dressed in a navy suit that matched the jet's color. His eyes carried both success and loneliness. He was a self-made billionaire, owner of global aviation companies. He had traveled the world, but his heart had never truly arrived anywhere. Until today, he looked toward the terminal entrance, waiting. And then, she appeared, Mira, wearing a simple sky blue dress that danced with the wind, her hair flowing freely, her smile gentle yet powerful enough to quiet storms. She was not rich, she was not famous, she was a writer, and she had unknowingly written her way into Arav's heart. Scene 3, their first words. They had met months ago through letters. Yes, letters. Arav had read her published travel stories, and something in her words felt alive. He wrote to her, she replied. Their letters turned into conversations, their conversations into laughter, and laughter into feelings neither of them expected. Today was the first time they would meet. In front of the most luxurious jet in the country. Mira looked at the jet in awe. Is this, for us? She asked softly. Arav smiled. No, it's just the vehicle. The real journey starts when you step inside. Scene 4, inside the jet. The doors opened. Soft golden lights welcomed them inside. Cream leather seats, wooden interiors, crystal glasses, a quiet fragrance of lavender in the air. It felt less like a plane and more like a flying palace. Mira ran her fingers across the window. I've written about places like this, she whispered, but never imagined being here. Arav watched her, not the jet. I've been everywhere, he said gently, but it never felt special, because you weren't there. She smiled, and the jet engines hummed to life. Scene 5, Takeoff. As Azure Dream rolled forward, Mira felt a nervous excitement. The jet lifted smoothly into the sky, rising above the world below. Cities became tiny, roads became lines, problems became invisible. They were flying above everything. Just the two of them. Just hearts and sky. Scene 6, mid-air conversation. They sat facing each other. No phones, no assistants, no noise, just silence and honesty. Mira asked, why did you invite me? Arav replied, because your words made me feel something my money never could. She looked out the window at the endless clouds. And what do you feel now? He paused. Peace. Scene 7, turbulence. Suddenly, the jet shook lightly. Clouds darkened. Rain tapped against the windows. Mira held the armrest tightly. Arav gently held her hand. Don't worry, this jet is built for storms. She looked at him. And are you? He smiled. Not until you came into my life. Quote, outside, lightning flashed. Inside, their hands remained locked. Scene 8, the hidden surprise. Arav stood and opened a small cabinet. Inside was a beautifully wrapped notebook. For you, he said. Mira opened it. It was a printed book. Her stories, bound in leather, titled, The Woman Who Taught the Sky to Speak. Tears filled her eyes. You read all of them. I memorized them. Scene 9, above the clouds. The storm passed. Sunlight burst through the clouds like heaven opening its doors. The jet now flew in golden light. Mira whispered, it feels like we're flying inside a dream. Arav replied, no, we're flying inside your words. Scene 10, confession. A quiet moment. He looked at her. Mira, I didn't bring you here to impress you. She waited. I brought you here because I'm in love with you. Silence. Only engine hum. Her heart raced. I was afraid, she admitted, that this world is too big for someone like me. Arav shook his head. You are the world I want. Scene 11, descent toward a private island. The pilot announced arrival. Below them appeared a private island surrounded by turquoise water. White sand, palm trees, a small glass house near the shore. Mira gasped. Where are we? Arav smiled. Somewhere we can begin. Scene 12, landing. The blue jet touched down smoothly. As the doors opened, warm sea breeze welcomed them. They stepped out together. No crowds, no cameras, just nature, just love. Final scene, walking on the beach. They walked barefoot on the sand. Mira looked back at the jet. That plane brought me here. Arv replied, no, your heart did. She held his hand tighter. The camera slowly moved upward, showing the blue jet resting peacefully near the ocean, shining under the sun. A symbol, not of wealth, but of a journey where two strangers met above the clouds and found home in each other. Closing narration. Sometimes, love doesn't begin on the ground. Sometimes, it begins in the sky, where fears fall below, and hearts learn how to fly. Fade out. Soft music. End. The luxury jet shimmered beneath the morning sun like a sapphire carved from the sky itself. Its deep blue body reflected the drifting clouds above, as if the aircraft were already practicing how to blend into the heavens before takeoff. This was no ordinary plane, it was a VIP masterpiece built for comfort, elegance, and quiet power. The polished chrome engines rested beneath its wings like sleeping giants, ready to awaken with a gentle roar. Inside the private terminal, a small group of distinguished guests waited calmly, sipping coffee and admiring the view through wide glass walls. Their journey today was not simply a flight from one city to another, it was an experience wrapped in luxury, privacy, and wonder. As the captain completed his checks, the cabin crew prepared the interior, adjusting soft lighting that glowed like a golden sunset across leather seats. The scent of fresh orchids floated through the cabin, blending with the faint aroma of polished wood and rich fabric. When the doors finally opened, the passengers stepped aboard with quiet admiration. The cabin felt more like a five-star hotel suite than an aircraft. Cream-colored seats, blue ambient lights, and wide windows created an atmosphere of calm beauty. As the jet slowly taxied toward the runway, the passengers felt a gentle excitement. The engines hummed softly, and then, with graceful strength, the jet lifted from the ground as if it had been born to fly. Below, the city shrank into tiny shapes, and above, the sky opened like an endless ocean waiting to be explored. Once airborne, the true charm of the blue luxury jet began to unfold. The aircraft cruised smoothly through layers of cotton-like clouds, leaving behind thin white trails that quickly faded into the sky. Inside, the atmosphere was serene and peaceful. Soft instrumental music played quietly in the background, and the lighting adjusted automatically to mimic natural daylight. A flight attendant served sparkling drinks in crystal glasses while passengers relaxed in reclining seats that gently massaged away any tension. One guest stood near the window, gazing out in awe as sunlight painted golden reflections across the wings. From this height, mountains looked like tiny ripples on a blanket, rivers appeared like silver threads, and the world seemed calm and distant. The jet's advanced technology ensured a quiet ride. There was no turbulence, no harsh noise, only the soothing rhythm of flight. In the private lounge, two guests discussed business plans while enjoying fresh fruit and gourmet snacks prepared by an onboard chef. Meanwhile, another passenger leaned back and watched a movie on a wide screen built seamlessly into the cabin wall. The blue theme of the jet extended into every detail, from the soft cushions to the elegant carpeting. It felt as if the sky itself had been invited inside. Time seemed to slow, and the journey felt less like travel and more like drifting through a dream above the earth. As the jet crossed vast oceans, the view outside became breathtaking. The deep blue sea below mirrored the color of the aircraft, creating a magical harmony between sky, jet, and water. The captain's calm voice occasionally filled the cabin with updates about altitude and weather, sounding more like a friendly guide than a pilot. In the rear section, a private bedroom suite offered complete comfort. One passenger rested there, wrapped in a soft blanket, feeling as if the world outside had paused for a moment. In the dining area, a beautifully set table awaited the guests for a light meal. Silver cutlery sparkled under gentle lighting, and the aroma of freshly prepared dishes filled the air. Laughter and quiet conversation blended with the steady hum of the engines. Every corner of the jet whispered comfort and class. The oversized windows offered panoramic views that kept the passengers connected to the sky. Occasionally, clouds drifted past so closely it felt as if the jet could touch them. This journey was not about reaching the destination quickly, it was about enjoying every second suspended between earth and heaven. The blue jet glided forward confidently, slicing through the sky like a royal bird on a peaceful mission. As the destination approached, golden evening light poured through the windows, casting warm shadows across the cabin. The passengers slowly prepared for landing, though none of them truly wanted the journey to end. Outside, the horizon glowed with shades of orange and pink, reflecting beautifully against the jet's blue wings. The aircraft began its gentle descent, and the city below appeared like a field of sparkling diamonds. Inside, the crew ensured everything was perfect, offering final refreshments and warm smiles. The captain guided the jet downward with graceful precision, and soon the runway lights lined up like welcoming stars. The wheels touched the ground so smoothly it felt like a soft kiss rather than a landing. As the jet rolled to a stop, the passengers exchanged quiet looks of admiration, knowing they had shared a rare and memorable experience. When they stepped out onto the runway, the blue jet stood proudly behind them, glowing under the airport lights like a jewel resting on velvet. This VIP journey had not only carried them across miles of sky, it had carried them through a memory of comfort, beauty, and peaceful flight that would remain with them long after they reached their destination.